Dad Mod's Media Machine presents the Brews with the Dudes podcast.
Ryan, you want to talk? Let's see how you sound. You look like shit.
He's looking for a redeeming quality.
Well, you're gonna have to look pretty deep for that.
I mean, your wife found something. What's she thinking?
She found
We need her input.
She found the little man in the boat.
There it is. I mean, that's a pretty good redeeming quality. It sounds like not all guys get that.
Nothing?
No
Why do I
comment
come
from the
here?
man. That's what he said.
Free beer,
Yep. There it
and
is.
you're not being violated in my basement for once.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you gotta pet my dogs.
Wait, not
True.
being violated or violent
Both.
Yeah, that's a bit of both.
at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta throw
All right.
You gotta throw punches.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Brews with the Dudes podcast. I am Jake Lindquist.
I am Donnie Allen.
With us is Ryan,
The
Hi.
Ryan.
the Ryan Peterson.
Yes.
Never. You're Ryan.
Yeah. So welcome back, buddy. What's been new since the last time you were on?
Nothing much.
You got a whole beard going on.
Well, yeah, I just kind of forget to shave once in a while.
That's true.
You got this like Andrew Santito thing going
Oh, yeah.
on.
Yeah,
You familiar with him?
Yeah, I got
Nice.
I got a little bit more to go till I'm at your level, but
Yeah. You got to go like full homeless. You're just kind of like leaning into it.
he just lives in the Forerunner now.
Yeah, I'm spending all my money on the Ford, so I'm just preparing for the inevitable.
Like, I could cut back if I just don't have running water.
Yeah, I gotta keep this face warm somehow. This is a money maker.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Fuck you. Let's drink about it.
oh shit, that explains the budget.
Where's the beer? Yeah.
right.
Well, we blew the
So-
budget on this shitty ISIS.
Yeah, the free pallets cost us a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want a cream ale or do you want an IPA?
I'll take an IPA.
Okay. See, he's a man.
No.
I'm gonna try a cream ale with you.
I'm sure the cream ale is really good. I just don't know if I want to commit to a full 16 ounce. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am now the one who has to drive home at the end of the podcast because
Which means
this
I'm getting
is
shit-faced.
in Donnie's basement.
So Ryan, I decided to give you my nuts, mixed nuts cream ale.
Wow.
The
Mixed
chick at Super One said that it's really good, and I asked her like, "What if you don't like cream ales?" And she's like, "Well, you might not like it then."
Oh.
What do you recommend? What cream ale do you recommend for someone who doesn't like cream ales?
Yep, that's pretty much what I asked her because I am not a big cream ale fan. I'm gonna try this though because it looks interesting, and it's by Indeed Brewing, which I do like other Indeed beers.
They're great.
That's not bad.
Is it not bad?
That's not bad.
Okay, so I probably won't like it then. If you're saying it's okay,
Moment of truth. Will Donnie approve of it?
it actually kind of smells like Planters mixed
It
nuts.
smells like nuts. Who would have thought?
That's what his wife said.
I don't hate it. It's not gonna go on the wall.
So it's the seal of approval.
It's not gonna go on the wall, but it's not bad. It's really not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad
I mean-
at all, actually.
You know what we should have?
A wall of
So we're
shame.
gonna do a shelf that's gonna be like the best beers. We could do another shelf that's the worst beers, but we should have a seal above it that says the seal of approval. So all the beers that our tops are under the seal of
That would
approval.
Hazer Tech would probably be up there.
It's very good.
It's very good.
What's that one?
I'm a little sick. I don't got COVID. Don't worry. Otherwise, I give you a sipperoo of it. It's Hazer Tag Hazy IPA.
Yeah, he doesn't have COVID. He just has Omicron, so
Yeah.
we were fine.
Exactly. It's fine.
Ooh, I
It's
got
just-
worried
it's
there for
just
a
the
second.
Ami.
But no, this isn't bad.
No.
I don't mind cream ales. I don't go out of my way to have a cream ale.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm at a brewery, like we have a good cream ale, like I'll take your IPA. But
You guys got Bud Light?
just go get something out of the urinal that's probably just as good.
I saw you got a dirt lot. Can you just scoop something out of the puddles?
Ooh, gravel, my favorite.
You just filter it with your teeth.
Wow, hams. Yum.
Oh, I love hams. Let me tell you about hams. So, I've drank hams a lot more than my wife has. And one night, her and I, we went to Shorty's, back when there used to be Shorty's in Superior. Really great little pizza joint. and their pizza is like crazy amounts of cheese on it, just crazy. So I don't know what was the contributing factor, or if it was the combination of both. But we got a big ass pizza, and then we drank a ton of Ham's beer, and that night we farted ourselves awake. It was just rotten asshole.
Your
smell.
house just smelled like shit for like
The
3 days
master
straight.
bedroom was terrible. Doors had to be opened. Like it was horrendous.
Laundry's the next day.
Oh, for sure. It just reeked.
You normally don't like that many candles going, but
yeah,
no
right.
choice.
Gotta get one of those Gwyneth Paltrow candles.
Oh yeah, that would take care of all your problems. Is that the candle that you're supposed to like stick up your butt and light or some shit like that? It's something with the wax. I thought it takes care of
the
everything.
Gwyneth. Okay, so
She's
two things.
There's so much dumb
The-
shit that comes out of that woman's mouth. It's hard to keep up.
Okay,
See,
so
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Do you know
so
who
I'm-
Gwyneth-
that's
do you know
amazing.
who-
yeah,
so
I know who
you're
she is,
you're
but-
gonna like this. All right. So there could be two things going on here. So some of like the hippy dippy types, what they'll do is there's like this apparatus that puts a candle, a hollow candle. I think it's hollow. And you rest it on your top of your ear. So you're sitting your head sideways and you put the candle there. And what it does is it creates vacuum by the heat at the top of it. So it's pulling air and it's pulling hot air. And what's happening is it's supposed to extract wax from your ear, supposedly. So that might be what you're talking about. It's
Maybe.
fucking horseshit.
There's some other dumb thing she
Now-
had about vaginas and buttholes. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
The candle that I made reference to is a candle that smells like her vag.
Like her vag?
Her vag.
Why would you-
Specifically her vagina.
Does it
I
just
don't
smell
remember
like burnt sand?
what it's called. I guess chicken soup, according to Christina Pajitsky.
It smells like chicken soup.
That's what she said. That's what her vagina smells like. It smells like
Ew.
chicken soup.
No,
Now I need to go. I need to go home, make some chicken soup before bed tonight, and get a big whiff, and be like, maybe, maybe not.
I think Gwyneth Paltrow's best movie is Seven.
I was gonna say Shakespeare in Love because there's a lot of booby in it.
Yeah, but her head ends up in a box in Seven.
That's true. That's true. It's kind of hard to top that. Have you seen Seven?
I just can't get my mind off like how
No.
you get to the point where you make
No.
a candle of your puss. Like I just
So what I
Wait,
think
is
it
it
was
shaped like her puss? Like is the wick
well,
like the bean?
Okay, so well, that depends what we're talking about here because there's many different parts of the vagina.
It just looks like a jar of roast beef.
So when you say the puss, oh boy, I really hope my employers never find this podcast. Sure. So I think what it was is so she had a show coming out on Netflix called like Goop or something stupid like that. I'm not even kidding you.
Wait, vagina candles and a show called Goop. You cannot make
Exactly. No, I think that's what it is. It was marketing brilliance. It sold out in seconds. Like every candle that she had sold out in seconds. And people tuned into the show because they're like, what the fuck is this lunatic doing?
No fucking clue. Is that light gonna fall? The
Um,
more I look at that, I wonder if that one's gonna fall.
I don't think that it's like, I don't think it's moved anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I don't think it's
fall on the
moved
camera.
anymore.
did you see it move?
I can't tell if it's down low or not. Sorry to get sidetracked
No.
completely. I know we were talking
don't think
about
it's moved.
Paltrow's beef curtains, but
Or hoo-ha.
I
No, I don't think it's moved.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. We'll build some kind of apparatus for it after we get the knob and tube out
You
of
mean
there.
like wiring a light?
Yeah, but we'll like
do it
clearly
properly.
the angle of it is illuminating us very nicely, so
true.
we'll get that worked out. But this is riveting podcast material
Oh, it's
for the
great.
people. How do you segue from goop and vaginas
Beef
to
curtains.
lights? So Ryan, what is new with the cars?
I have done nothing with my cars.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
Cool.
I'm a little jealous.
put the Z away in storage and haven't looked at it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
So-
nice that I don't have to worry about it. You know,
That's true.
But you
So-
know, I wish I was doing something. I really do. I
So
wish I
for the
was, but-
listeners, it's a what 2010, 2008,
well, the Z is a 2004.
2004.
Yeah,
350Z. 350 or 370?
350.
350.
The better.
Yes. What's wrong with the 370? Is it the
They're just
aesthetics
bigger.
or?
They're just bigger.
Oh, they
Yeah,
got
they're-
bigger.
They're bloated. They look nice, but I've driven one of them, and they're kind of hard to see out of. compared to
Really?
350.
Well, you can't see shit out of either of them.
That's true.
Huh.
But like, I don't know. That
You can feel the weight.
yeah.
You can really feel the weight.
Oh, that's strange. So when you say you can't really see out of them, are we talking like 2G DSM, like a 95 to 99 Eclipse? Because those, you feel like
Yeah.
you're sitting in a fucking cockpit.
Yeah.
I've never liked it. And I'm a shorter
That's
dude,
kinda
so
how
it's
the
like
370
it's
feels.
hard for me to see like get a good look. You want to
Yeah.
look at the,
Well, yeah,
the hood. when
I've seen the phone books in your Forerunner.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny? To drive the shoebox home, I actually had to wad up a hooded sweatshirt and put it behind my back because the seat, for whatever reason, like something loosened up, so it just tipped back all like
Well,
gangster style.
It doesn't help that
and I'm
it's-
short as fuck.
It's got the freaking 1954 Lazy Boy collection in there.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Like all that's missing is the wooden lever to fucking kick your feet up.
If only, dude. If it had
Oh, that'd
like
be
leg
great.
support all the way to the pedals,
No.
could you imagine?
That's what you do for your parking brake. You just do the wooden Lazy Boy lever on the side.
That's the parking
That's the
brake.
parking brake.
We need to build a car someday with a lazy boy in it.
Oh, easily. I'd totally
We
do
could
it.
do
That'd be
that.
so
Oh,
sweet.
that'd be great.
So what are you doing with the 350? Because we have some ideas.
Don't tempt me.
You're not putting a Lazy Boy in a 350Z.
No, I don't think you could.
You
fit
could take
it
the
in
hatch off and have it point back.
it. Ooh, that's an idea.
Be pretty sweet.
You can see it now. You're drifting a corner and the thing fucking comes loose. And the footrest just goes boonk, and now you have a
Oh, man.
spoiler and you get more downforce.
Could you imagine a 5-point harness in a lazy boy?
You'd never get it tight enough.
Oh,
You
so you
keep
just
sucking
forever
back.
tightening it.
You would just like sink in
You just hear
until
the,
you're gone.
You just hear the springs just fucking compress all the way.
Oh man, that'd be funny. Springs are binding behind you as you're just like the puff is going around you. Probably be pretty safe that way
Yeah,
though.
until you go through a corner and then the bulge, you roll over, there's a bulge over here now. And
Oh yeah. So like all the stuffing moves to one side. Jesus Christ. So when are we putting the lazy boy in?
Oh man, let's do it tomorrow at this rate.
Okay, perfect.
it's going to be a little cold. Let's save it for the weekend.
That's true. Yeah, it'll warm up.
So you haven't done anything with her? No,
Nothing.
don't plan to.
No, at least not yet. I gotta have a place to do it.
And nothing with the Audi.
Oh, I suppose.
Because I saw you're selling the wheels off the Audi.
Yeah, I don't need them right now. So
You're going to need them in the summer.
wheels on the
What kind
car.
of fucking logic is that?
Is this like a second set of aftermarkets?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Makes a
Well,
little
you
more
have
sense.
a S4. It's
Yep.
like a B8 S4.
Yep.
Yes.
Spot on.
Awesome car. That's the supercharged one, right? Yeah, that's such a killer car.
They're fun. They're fun.
Until they break. And then they're expensive. And then they're
This
fun
is
again.
true. Yeah. Yeah. See, I wanted this car because I like to think I did a lot of research with it, in the fact that they're one of the more reliable Audis out there.
Uh-huh.
And take that with a grain of salt.
It's like
I
a
know.
4.2 or something.
3.0.
3.0 V6
Supercharged.
supercharged. Yep.
Yeah. So take it with a grain of salt.
they're not
but
bad.
They're I mean, I've had it for 50,000 miles and haven't had to do anything major.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
So-
wheel bearings.
Yeah, wheel bearings.
Isn't that major? That's
yeah.
pretty common.
That's like Subaru territory.
Yeah.
They all end up having to do. How many miles?
132,000 right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's
Really?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've gone from 80,000 to 130. That's cool. And no, you haven't had to touch it. That's really good
Nothing
for
yet, just wheel bearings.
Vag products.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, Volkswagen Audi Group.
Yeah, until
Vag.
the timing chain guides shit out on the way home.
Yeah.
Shut
So is
something
that a chain or is that a belt?
It's a chain,
Chain. Nice.
which is on the firewall side of the engine.
That's fun.
It's
down. Oh yeah, because that's a great.
Does that make
great
sense?
idea.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with the 4.2, didn't
Yep.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it.
It's crazy. Well,
It's like
isn't-
it's almost an afterthought. Like they put the motor in, they're like, shit, we have to tie all this together. And we'll just put the chain behind everything.
I don't know if they just had like really lofty aspirations where they're just like, oh, it'll never fail, so we'll just stuff it in the back for packaging.
It's a great fucking idea.
But it's the Germans, so I don't know.
And
I
then
guess
the
I wouldn't put
4.2
it past
happened,
them.
and then just put that completely to shit.
That's like designing a light fixture. Like, oh yeah, that bulb will never burn out, so we'll just build the wall around the light fixture. So you have to take the whole wall off to get to the bulb.
Well, if plexiglass in front of it, you just have to remove the wall.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Yeah, well, that's cool though, man.
Yeah.
So, do you find that driving? So that what is that? It's a 2010, 2008, 2012 Audi S4. So the souped-up A4. Do you find that that makes the Z boring?
No,
Okay,
not at all.
because they're
good.
two
That's
very
really good.
different things.
They're completely different. The Audi I feel is faster, sure, but the Z just it feels better.
It feels more sporty.
Oh,
You feel
it's-
more connected with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot less electronics telling you what to do.
Oh God, I suppose. Yeah.
But
So tell me about the Z. So I've only driven a couple of those things. I've never driven it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So in terms of like, you've driven on a racetrack, I'm assuming.
Yep.
You've done some spirited driving.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you ever driven like a Miata? Have you driven the E30?
Yes.
Yes, I have
So-
a couple times.
But
I'm
not-
really
but not-
curious.
Did you drive it after the suspension? I think you
I-
drove it before the suspension.
I
think
don't know, actually.
you may have. I don't know.
When it was just the springs?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been a little bit soggier
That's
back
literally
then.
all there was. There's no bushings. It was just springs.
Everything else was toast. No, I'm just curious, like, how the 350Z stacks. Because earlier we kind of talked about how it feels like a big car.
Yeah.
So I'm just, like, curious, in terms of, like, sportiness, how does that car feel? How does it rank in terms of the other things that you've driven?
Well, I've driven my buddy's MR2, his SW20 when he had it, and that-
Alex's?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
the red car?
Yep.
Nice.
I love that car.
So that's a 2-liter turbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was
MR2.
That thing was great. I love that car.
You had an MR2.
I did. Oh, I did. I
Why-
forgot about that.
But you never drove it.
No, I never drove it. I bought it blown up and was gonna do a project with it. And that just.
Was this before or after you drove Alex's car?
This was after.
Yeah, so you drove it and you're
Okay.
just like,
I want
I
this.
kind of got to have one of these.
Yeah, that car
Gotcha.
made me love them.
Yeah.
And then that project was
Did you hate them?
it didn't make me hate them. It made me realize that I was way in over my head at the time.
Fair enough. Okay, I get that. Yeah.
That's when you had to strip it back, right? And you found
Oh,
like a
yeah.
bunch of Bondo in it or something.
Oh, that was a nightmare. It looked like it was either rear-ended really hard, or
Only way
like
to ruin things.
the entire top of the car was off at some point.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Like the weld that they did over it was completely on like the C pillar. It was just like the entire thing looked like it
the
was just,
C pillar was screwed up.
Yeah.
That takes an impact.
that
yeah.
was a good idea to walk away from that one.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they put that up on a frame rack, what it would have looked like. If
Yeah,
it had been tweaked or
Just a crumpled up beer can, and they went,
just pulled it back out. Like
Yeah.
we did with the Honda.
yeah.
We literally drilled a hole and put a slide hammer on it and pulled back the fender.
We're like, okay, cool. Look at that. We fixed bodies. We body tack.
Exactly. Bam, bam, bam.
That looks good.
Bunch of fucking cavemen.
Yeah, we were too. You guys can check the videos on that Dad Ma's channel. Look at the Civic build.
Yeah, that was a
Literally
fun one.
cavemen hammering at that thing. But it was fun for that reason.
Oh yeah, we beat that shit out of that car. Do you want to
So-
buy a Civic?
No.
Jesus Christ, it's inevitable. Every single
Nobody
guest, you're
wants
like,
it.
"Hey, you want to buy the Civic?"
It's gonna happen.
Where is
Yeah.
it?
Nice place.
In a
Oh, I
snowbank.
was saying I didn't see it up front, and I was shocked.
We painted it white.
Oh.
All of it.
Windshield and everything.
And we did a great job.
We're hoping the city just like runs into it with the plow and we cash out.
Why do you keep parking on the street when it gets foggy out? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Why are you throwing snow over the top of it? I don't know. So back to the 350. So you've driven the MR2.
Yeah.
Completely different feel to
Oh,
it.
completely different.
Do you have anything else to compare? Because I'm just curious what it feels like to drive a car like that around the track.
That's a good question. I don't even remember what I've driven. It's been a long time since I've been on the track. I will say that.
You need to change that.
I do. I
Stop going to weddings.
had huge aspirations to do a lot last year.
Yeah,
But
and
it
you went to
just-
weddings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was,
Fuck weddings.
Okay. And we're both married.
Yeah.
Well, you're married too. We're all married.
Yeah.
Fuck weddings. All right, go on.
The important ones are done. Go racing.
but like I don't have a lot of experience with other cars on the track, but for the cars that I have driven, they other cars feel tighter and whatnot and all that. But the Z does have a lot of weight it's throwing around, but the suspension I feel like is done pretty well for it.
That's cool.
It's built well for the car that it weighs.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so when I ask, what I'm getting at is just out of curiosity of kind of like how it actually feels and like what it kind of like compares to.
yeah,
Because it seems like it's kind of becoming like the new Miata or like the new cheap race car.
It's the
Yeah.
cheap. It's the entry level drift car.
Yeah,
'Cause you can literally just hop
drifting.
at them and just drift them.
Like autocross, it just seems like they're popping up kind of everywhere.
They
And all of a
handle pretty
sudden-
well. I think they're just. Aren't they still a little heavy though?
yeah, they're like 3,200 pounds. So I mean, it's a
It's not terrible, but yeah, I can see it.
It's big enough.
It's like 4 of Ryan's moms.
Jesus Christ. So in terms of like gutting those things, what can you get them down to? Can you get them down to the 2000s? Can
I've
you
seen
get them?
people get them down to like 26.
No
Okay.
shit.
Which
That would make a big
that's a lot of
difference.
cutting.
Wow.
That's a lot. Of
Yeah, that's a
cutting.
lot of
So
shaving.
cage to reinforce everything.
Oh, yeah.
Hacking out a bunch of sheet metal, obviously interior stripped.
Yeah, it's
Fiberglass bumpers, all that kind of
cutting
stuff.
everything.
Well, they're plastic bumpers already, so I suppose.
Yeah, but you gotta still do the Honda drill fucking holes in them to save,
The Swiss cheese.
yeah, to save like 1 pound.
Yeah.
Just dimple dye the shit out of everything.
Well, yeah, right. It's probably
Yeah.
stronger in the long run.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So you can actually get them that light. And that's with a 230 horse? 220? What do those make?
Well, mine makes 287 of the crank.
Damn. Oh, I didn't realize that they make that much power.
Yeah, there's a lot of
the
drivetrain
the
loss. from
VQs
right
are
here.
a good motor.
That's awesome. That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
280 horsepower, at 250 at the wheels, somewhere in that ballpark.
Give or take, yeah.
240. In a 2,000-ish pound car. That's not bad. That's got to feel pretty sporty at that point.
Yeah, it feels good, you know.
So
You know,
when do you want to strip it down? We have Sawzalls.
His car's so fucking pretty. We could never do that.
Yeah. I've been in his car.
this is you have.
I love the paint job on that thing.
Yeah,
I do
the,
too.
The paint is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
That is so cool.
I was
So
re-
it's like a black with like a gold pearl.
Yep.
So good.
I was really iffy on it when I got the paint and I got the pearl. I looked at it and when Brownie mixed it up, I was looking at it like, I don't know if that's what I want. And then before I can like message him back, he says, "All right, well, I got the first panel done." I'm like,
okay.
We're committed.
we're going for it now. And then he sent me a video when he was done, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's gorgeous. That's
Yeah,
perfect."
Did he get it buffed up and everything?
Yep,
for it?
yep,
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm excited to see it then.
I gotta have him redo the front bumper because I smoked a raccoon. But
Really? Just leave it.
oh, it frustrates me that like there's just a big defect on the corner of the bumper. That's all that he hit, or I hit. But
You should just get like a raccoon sticker.
just put it right over it.
Yeah, or find the raccoon and attach
See
that
what
to
you
it.
did?
Oh, I freaking smoked him going 70. Oh,
Yeah, it's probably not
Yeah.
much of a raccoon anymore.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's true. It's more just like a splatted mess at that point.
Yeah,
it's a sad day.
some fluff.
Yeah. So you were one of Brownie's first clients in his new building, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Or was it in the old one?
It was a new one.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So for those listening, if you're curious, this is called this Finish Factory.
Yep.
Brownie. I mean, that's just what he goes by, right?
Yeah, Brownie.
What's his actual name?
John.
John Brown.
John Brown.
John Brown.
John
Okay.
Brown.
He's the owner of it. Kind of up and coming shop here in the Duluth area. So yeah, fucking
Check him out.
clearly
Yeah.
did a great job.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of good things right now.
Yeah.
Does you want to fix a semi-rusted E30?
I don't think anyone wants to.
That's fine. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of that thing.
just bomb can it.
No, I'm either gonna leave it or fix it.
Yeah.
Well, we can get panels for it, can't we?
Yeah, I can get some panels.
So you just need like the rocker panels,
Yep.
and that's it, right? There's no other. Where's the
And-
quarter got rust?
The passenger side recorder by the taillight pocket.
Oh, there's a
That's
little hole
rust.
back there. That's right.
No, there's no hole there. That's just surface rust, and then there's the hole in the driver's side rear wheel well.
Yes, that's patchable because it's obviously hidden.
Yep. Yeah, we can
So that's
pass
not a
that.
bad one to solve. And then the rust in the back of it, could that be like sandblasted and then painted over, or would we cut it
You
out?
could probably sandblast it.
So it's realistically, it's probably not too bad to repair that thing.
Probably not. So
That's good.
thankfully, because
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't know where I want to go with that car now. I'm at that point. Like I love driving it. I'm keeping
That's
it.
a good point to
I
be
don't wanna
at,
race
where
it,
you're
but-
just kind of like, cool. So I've driven it. I love it.
yeah. Now
Do
what?
I just enjoy it? Do I just drive it and just
but
enjoy it,
the
or do I?
The downside is I'm on face. I'm like, oh, I got $700 in my fund account. What's on Facebook Marketplace? And I'm looking at shit I don't have space for, and I don't need. I just don't need. Like
Right.
why was I looking at E28s today?
Oh god.
Because they're pretty.
They're fucking gorgeous.
They're really pretty cars. E28 is a 5 Series from
Yes.
the late 80s.
early to like late 80s. Yeah, it's the second
Yeah.
generation 5 Series.
And they didn't make an M5 in that generation,
I
did they?
don't believe so. No.
Yeah.
I would love one. They're kind of ugly in the front because they're like the front end like scoops in almost.
Has a shark look to it.
But God, I want one on air ride with like some 17s.
They're very pretty cars for sure. That's quite the tangent.
So I'm sorry. Continue.
So I hear you jabbering about 59 El Caminos, Brats,
I want all of it.
now an E28. E28 or E24?
E28.
E28.
Yeah, I want all of it. I don't have the money or the space.
Yeah.
Which I guess
That's
is
a problem.
It's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the dangerous thing. Like, so
Car guys are. It's horrible.
well, I'm a little nervous because, like, if I buy my grandma's place here eventually, there's a lot of acreage there.
Which makes me nervous
Oh,
too.
shit.
Because
How many tangents am I going to go on
You're
here?
gonna send me something, like, dude, you should go buy this, and I'm gonna be like, what am I gonna keep? I'm like, dude, I got land.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly.
All right, well, you twisted my arm on
Well,
it. I
I've got
guess.
lake property as well, where I've already been like, well, we can just store it up in my lake property.
My wife's like, well, why'd you buy an Acura TL? I'm like, because it was a good deal, and I got fucking space to store it.
You said TL. Goddamn COVID. Oh, sorry, guys. Are you allergic?
It's allergies.
It's allergies. I'm allergic to COVID.
It's the mold in the basement.
Yeah.
The asbestos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Asbestos. Asbestos and knob and tube, man.
We're super safe with the space heater as well. So
Old houses are just trying to kill you.
yeah, so I think having only a 2-car garage and like one spot in the parking pad that's not taken up probably is a good thing.
Yeah.
It keeps me in line.
Is there any amount of money or good deeds that you could bribe your wife so that she'd park on the street?
I would park. She said that.
No. Just answer the question.
I could not. I would never ask her to park.
Because you could
street.
fit 3 more projects back there if you guys both parked on the street.
Yes, but so we live on a.
If you take the fence
Like,
down,
you'll
you
shut
can
the
fit
fuck
a
up. I'll
lot
continue my
of projects.
sentence. You're like, just take the fence down and move it closer to the house, and then cement half your backyard. And
Your kids don't need places to play.
yeah, they don't
Screw
need,
them.
They don't need a
You've
fucking
seen them.
sandbox.
They don't need it.
They don't play in the sand. They just fucking eat it.
Donnie keeps them back there in that corner, chained up. It doesn't matter. They don't need the yard.
Just tell them that the pipes will kill them if they get away. So
Are the pipes like the Ents from Lord of the Rings? Instead of trees, they're just pipes that go after them.
No, she said I can own as many cars as I want, so long as she can still park in the back, which is just fine because we live on a semi-busy street. So with her being the primary caregiver and dealing with the kids more than I do, I want her to park back there so she can load the kids out safely in and out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So that's fine, which means
That's
I can
very
buy
reasonable.
I can buy 2 more projects, maybe 3 if they're smaller cars. If I buy a couple minis, I could probably get 4 back there.
What
Yes.
I love about about your garage and about your aspirations. So when I met Donnie, I'd say like we'll go back to Dad Bod
This is
days.
back when Craigslist had the strictly platonic section and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, the good old days.
Misconnections.
So you talked about how like you'd measured your garage and you're like, I could fit a 64 Continental in here.
Yeah, that's so
And it would
nice.
fit by like what 4 inches or
I
something
think
like
I would
that.
have a foot to work on.
Oh, a foot. Nice.
It's still on my list to own someday. I still want a 64 Continental.
It's gonna be tricky to fit that one.
I want a 64 Continental and a fuck ton of cocaine. All at once.
Okay.
I feel like they go hand in hand.
Probably easier to find one than the other.
I found a Continental in Iowa.
Do you think there's supply chain issues with cocaine right now?
I don't know. You know the drug lords having a hard time.
I mean, maybe. I bet with meth.
We were gonna they're like we were gonna dig a tunnel, but all the shovels went up in price. It was not fucking worth it anymore.
Fucking Home Depot. Out of stock.
Well, I got these stupid fucking spades.
There's
They
just
don't
a
even dig into the
bunch of Mexican drug lords like waiting outside for a shipment to come in. Buy up all the shovels.
What do you mean back order?
This is some shit. Okay, so 350Zs. Oh man. No, it's cool.
Oh god.
So are you planning on taking that thing out to Brian's track at all?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Have you had it out there yet?
I have.
you had it
and
for the show, didn't you? No, you drove the Audi for the show.
I have had the Z out there. And actually, the one time where he hosted one of his open autocross days, I drove it out there. And then Alex asked me, hey, can I take your car? I'm like, shit, yeah, go for it.
Almost hit a wall.
Oh no, that was the other Z.
Alex is a really good driver. So
Oh, he's a very good driver.
Except in Pat's Z.
What happened in Pat's Z?
Well,
He just slid off into the grass. That's all. I think he hit like the tires once.
Which Pat?
Seville.
It's the gray.
Okay.
I'm getting people mixed up here.
So there's two Pats.
Yeah, two Pats don't make a right.
There's Pat Seville used to own the Jeeps. Now has the drift car.
I think he still does have the Jeep.
So he might still have the Jeep.
I don't think I know
And then
that
there's
Pat.
obviously Pat Mellon.
Yeah, that's the Pat I'm thinking of.
Pat Mellon doesn't
like,
have a Z.
Like he
though.
doesn't have a Z. He's got a 510, and I don't know if he'd ever let anybody else touch that car.
His kids, but yeah.
Yeah, not you or me.
Yeah, so go on.
Yeah, that was Alex.
Are you gonna finish your fucking sentence? Man?
I'd love to, but you won't shut
Where the
up.
fuck is the story going?
Yeah, Alex hopped into a Z for the first time and tried to drift it, and he did well for 95% of it, and then
Nice.
just a little into the grass.
No damage though.
Surprisingly not. Nothing.
Well, you've got pretty sticky tires on that thing too, don't you?
I think so, yeah. I forgot what I even bought.
Because so for those that are listening,
I don't remember.
if you haven't yet caught the podcast with Brian Johnson on it, he's the one who owns Black River Motorsports Park.
Check that out and check out his channel.
It's a great podcast, and the track is actually an old oval track, so it has banked ovals, and they're drifting on this thing. So in order to drift on that, you gotta like really throw it into those corners, or you gotta have like a shitload of power, or whatever. It
both.
sounds like it's pretty tricky.
Yeah.
So it's impressive that like Alex is throwing that thing around when it's kind of built for grip racing and not so much for drifting.
Well, yeah, he goes from an 8.6 where it's just all the slideability you could ever want, and then he hops in Pat Z and he just slides it well too. It's two polar opposite cars pretty much.
Oh
really.
yeah,
A car that's light as hell to a car that's 3,200 pounds.
it's like drifting a pontoon.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's like 1,000-pound weight difference.
Oh yeah.
Or one Ryan's mom.
And literally, what? Almost triple the power? Like, definitely double the power.
Well, Alex's 8.6 has the F20.
Oh, shit, that's
I
right. That's
thought you
right.
did a
This-
K swap in that.
No, it's an F
It's
series.
an F series. For some
I
reason, I
think
thought you
so.
did a K series.
So for those listening,
there was a
because
never mind.
we do have a lot of guys that are into like classic muscle cars and stuff like that too that listen.
4 cylinders.
So for what we're referencing, 86 is a 1986 Corolla GTS. It's kind of like the holy grail of old school Toyotas as far as drifting goes. It's kind of
they actually had a whole anime series where that was the main car in it.
yeah, Initial D.
Initially, thank you.
Yeah.
You couldn't think of it.
The D's not always on my mind.
Oh,
Zing. And the motor, the F series, it's an F20C, or I think they did an F22 as well, but it's swapped into this car, and that's like a 200 horse, 220 horsepower engine. So
yeah, from a
rips.
S2000.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Honda S2000. That's pretty wild though that you can go from one to the other. Incredibly different feel.
Oh, completely different.
Yeah.
Straight axle to independent suspension.
Yeah.
Wait, the
true.
86 is a straight axle?
It is.
Oh, that's weird. It's got to be just like a baby straight axle.
Oh, it's tiny.
Like 1.5 tubes.
yeah, it's not much.
Jesus. Wow, that's really cool. That makes me wonder what they swap into those things. If they stay straight axle, or if they're going to like a, I don't know, BMW probably.
Maybe.
That probably makes sense.
BMW makes strong, decent, rear ends.
Yeah. Well, and like the E30 is captured in the entire subframe.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
So
I
you
was
could-
actually
you
looking
could swap
into
it over
it.
pretty easy.
So I was looking at like widths and stuff like that this last week here or so. Just like researching what it would take to put an IRS, an independent rear suspension, into the shoebox. Probably going to go straight axle, but just, for reference, what's out there. So there's like the Lincoln Mark 8, there's like the Mustang, there's a handful of them that they have sort of a self-contained unit. And then it dawned on me like, well, I should probably check into BMW because BMW has a really nice subframe that everything kind of bolts to.
Yeah.
And it turns out the E30 is a lot like that, where it's an entire contained system that's literally just the subframe.
It's really not that bad.
You can unbolt the entire rear end just from the subframes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I've fucking done it.
So it's super cool.
I'll sell you an E30. 15 grand you can have today. I'll even drive it over to your house.
You light it on fire for me too?
No, I love that car too much to light on fire.
Okay.
Comes
So
with-
yeah,
comes
it's a
with
trip.
an M20.
Yes.
And half of a Honda Civic.
cool.
No, okay.
Okay.
Just trying to cut my losses on that one.
It's so funny how fast you divorce yourself from a project.
No, I won't sell that car.
You shouldn't.
I'm not going to.
Not after all of
better
what you've
not.
done to it.
I'm not going to.
But you know, I sent him a listing for a bring a trailer car today.
God, you asshole.
And by the time you guys are watching this or listening to it, that bring a trailer will be closed.
It will be closed.
So it is a 91 318 BMW E30 318, and it's got an SR20 DET swapped into
Yes.
it, just like Donnie's.
Ooh.
And current bid was only at like 2,300. It wasn't very high, but I
with
think-
6 days.
yeah,
I
the
believe.
auction just started, obviously. So
Oh shit! It might. The auction may be ending next Thursday, so this
It could be.
podcast might actually come out before the auction closes.
that'd be cool to see what.
So
it's
check
at.
it out.
I'm
Bring a
curious
trailer.
to see what it goes
E30s.
for.
Right.
So like that's, as far as I knew, there was only like one or two other SR swapped E30s in the States. So it's kind of cool to see another one pop up.
Yeah, it is really cool. So we'll
I-
see.
Yeah, we'll see. That car, I won't sell my car though. I can't sell my car.
What if you see it go for 20,000?
God?
Here's the thing, though. You looked at that car, right?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
The body's perfect.
My
The
car's not
interior is
perfect.
perfect.
my car's not perfect.
Yeah, no.
My car is built to be driven.
Exactly.
That car's not built to be driven.
Somebody will see how we bolted those seats on, and they'll be like, "I'll give you $350."
If you put different seats in it.
yeah.
But the seats will come out. We'll get some different seats in there sooner or later.
for sure.
Speaking of seats, you want to sell your seats out of your Z?
At some point.
How about now?
Not right now. Damn. I
I brought you beer.
Okay, you got me nut beer.
Nut beer.
Nut beer is nut beer. It's mixed nut beer though.
What kind of nuts are in this?
Mine.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry about the hair.
Nuts,
Do
salt,
you
and
want
bread.
Do you want a salty
No,
nut beer?
I don't want a nut beer. I don't want your nuts. Okay, so do tell. Like, what are you talking about here? The seats are coming out. Like, what are you doing
Oh,
with this?
not
thing?
for a while. Not for a while.
You like putting some momos in or something?
You know,
Corbos.
well-
Love seat.
well, the ooh, yeah.
That would be pretty
Folding
great.
chairs.
The
I
ones
mean, I'll be taking the seat out of the shoebox and put that in there.
ooh, yeah, that'd be comfy.
And roll deep.
It does lean
Very
back.
comfortable.
Well, the seats I have in it right now are Recaros, and they're not fixed position, and I kind of want them to be fixed position,
Oh, nice. Okay.
just so it's more of a sturdy feel. Like the ones I have in there right now are more touring, I'll say.
What's
Yep.
funny is I don't want fixed position. So if you want to sell them,
Which
I'll buy them.
yeah, at some point, but
That's cool. So, wait, which model of Recaros?
I don't even remember.
Are they factory?
No,
No, they're not factory
Oh,
ones.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, I bought them from some guy in the cities, like
Some guy.
4 or 5 years ago. At this point,
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
I see
yeah,
an
I-
exchange going on here.
I don't know.
He's
much
going to
about
help,
'em,
help
but
you fund your new seats.
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah,
Toss me a price.
right now.
Sure.
No,
Yeah. What you think?
About Tree Fitty.
no, because then you're gonna want to buy my seats, and I won't have seats. Then.
I got some cash upstairs. How much you want for
I
them?
don't want to sell them right now.
He's got $700 in his fund account.
What do you think about St. Bernards? You like St. Bernards? You want a horse?
No, I don't want your horse.
Comes with food.
You try to hyperextend my leg.
He's got an 8-month-old.
Yeah, yeah, it comes with a helmet.
No warranty, though.
No.
Void were prohibited.
She's okay.
She's all right.
Yeah. Unless she's teething.
No,
Then she's kind of bitchy.
yeah.
No? No deal?
Okay.
No,
My
no.
wife was like, where's Ember? I'm like, I don't know, but you see these Recaros?
Oh, man.
You're just sitting in the chair.
I
Talk to
couldn't
Ryan.
fathom. Talk to her.
Look, we're FaceTiming. She's fine. So, yeah. So, well, what are you doing for interior on the Ford? Because I know you've had some ambitions all over the place about that.
I am all over the place, and I continue to be all over the place with that one.
You want some Porsche seats? I'll be picking up some Recaros.
I knew you were going somewhere with this. He's being too nice right now.
Actually, I have some Subaru Outback seats you can just fucking have.
I don't want this.
I'll trade you some Subaru.
No, I don't.
I don't want anything Subaru in my
The
old
leather.
car.
Ish.
I don't want anything
Leather.
Subaru near my house.
You know what? Actually, I think I know which ones you're talking
The gray
about.
ones.
Okay.
And we're going to toss them in the Forester. And then I
Yeah.
sold the Forester. Now I have a shed full of Subaru seats.
They don't have like a separate headrest, do they?
I think they do.
I might look at them. Probably not though. So as far as like what I'm gonna do with the interior of the Ford, I do think it's gonna require bucket seats. As much as like I love the big bench seat, building that thing to do occasional corners, I just don't think there's any way to use the bench seat.
Just do a park bench.
I mean, I could.
Or just do
You
some
just gotta
wood
dedicate to
screws
it.
to hold the seatbelt
like
rack.
lacquered. Oh Jesus! Like lacquered wood.
Yeah, we could do a church pew.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, that works out perfectly because then when Atticus is in the back and he wants to put his car magazine somewhere, he's got a little slot in the back of the pew.
Jeez, you really thought about this,
Oh, yeah.
man.
I got it through.
I'll toss the hymnals back
Yeah, you
there.
got the little wine slots you can.
I don't need a
hold
radio.
shooters with.
I'll make him sing me a song.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Put your shooters.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Shooters?
they have the little fucking wine shooter holders in the back.
They
of
have
the church
wine
piece.
shooter holders?
Oh, that's for.
Are they for Jello shots?
I
I don't know what Sunday service that
Say,
is,
what
but I
kind of
want to
church
go
do you
to
go
it.
to?
You're gonna convert me.
Right?
What kind of religion do you believe in? Well, whichever one does shots, apparently.
That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna be like the body shots off the nuns.
They'd probably get a lot more donations.
They would, for sure.
A lot more ones, but a lot more donations.
Yeah. It'd be called the House of the Hoary. Womp womp. And on that note, no. Just kidding.
You don't get it on that note.
Oh no! Oh no! We still got way more shit to talk.
Oh, easily. Okay,
Oh, man.
so you have $5,000. It's
Oh, no.
1997. You're old enough to drive. What are you buying?
$5,000 and what was the other?
1997.
You have $5,000 in 1997.
What?
Wasn't he still just a stain at that
I
point?
said he was. It's just I don't know.
How old were you in '97?
I was 1.
Oh damn!
Okay, so I picked the wrong year. Oh, let's say you're 20.
Okay.
We'll add some hair to you. What are you buying?
As a 20-year-old?
Yeah, 1997, $5,000.
Jeez.
So hypothetically, you're 20 years old in 1997. You got $5,000.
Yeah, what are you buying?
That's very specific. He's got something in mind already.
I have nothing in mind.
You don't have
I have
anything in
nothing in
mind.
mind. I'm
Okay.
just-
Oh, bullshit.
I wanted to direct the conversation away from slutty nuns to
So-
back to cars.
Slutty nuns and
So you
body
got
shots.
$5,000. You'd buy a escort wagon. You'd get some slutty nuns. Take them out.
Get a bunch of bitches of that.
Yeah. Damn. 97. $5,000. So you were young as fuck. I remember the cars.
I don't even know what the market was like in
I
97.
was 7.
Yeah. I was a teenager. So $5,000 back in the day, though, actually went a pretty far. Like you could get new cars for like 10
Yeah, you
grand,
could-
$8,000.
You could probably not quite buy an EG in 97.
Oh,
with $5,000.
100%.
With
you
$5,000
could.
you could in 97?
Yeah, because the
Really?
EG was done in 95.
Yeah, but we're talking 2 years after that. So if you a
Yeah.
2-year-old car doesn't depreciate that quickly in value, you could buy one for $5,000.
I'm pretty sure they were like $9,000 or $8,000 new. I'll look
Okay,
that up right
you
now.
might be.
They were
You have a laptop
surprisingly
in front
cheap.
of you, and you're going to your cell phone.
Yeah, because your laptop's, like I don't want to overwork it by Google searching something.
God. He uses the excuse of being overworked all the time. I don't want to do this because I might throw my back out, and then I'll be down and out for
What are
2
you
days.
talking about?
You're an old
You know,
timer.
you're just talking smack. Okay, so in 1997, a brand new Honda, looks like it was as low as 11,000.
Actually, it's not bad.
The AX 4-door you could get for 17, but let's see what the price.
There's a chance that you could buy one for 5.
Maybe.
There's a chance.
There's a
Yeah, I think
chance.
a ratty one. Let's see what they were.
You
in
could buy a
95.
first-gen Integra for $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get the DX model for 10 grand
Okay.
in 95.
You might be able to.
So yeah, I think that it's probably like
close.
you might
Yeah.
have needed a tiny bit more than 5, but I mean something with a few beat up panels for sure. You could have bought an EG hatch back then.
Not bad. You could probably buy a CRX for $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
100%, yeah,
Yeah.
because nobody gave a shit about them at that point.
Yeah, or a Ford Probe, which is I still think.
Okay, so
fuck
funny that you bring that
I still
up.
think the Ford Probe is one of the most underrated sports cars.
When I
of all
was
time.
17, I went and looked at Ford Probes. I looked at a 97 Ford Probe for, God, it was three something.
Was it the GT? So it had the V6.
The
or was
GTS,
or the GTS
GT or GTS.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
So
I
it's
don't remember.
just
Well,
the
no,
basic
it was
four-cylinder?
it was the 2-door.
They're all 2-door.
Fuck.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Okay, Mr. Hostile.
No, you're Ford Probes.
Okay. I know one was turbo.
Not the one you looked at, probably.
No, it was not the one I looked at. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was. Cool. It looked sporty. So I don't know.
It
I
probably,
don't remember
it
which
probably
model
wasn't
it was.
even a Ford Probe. You probably looked at an
It was
MX-6.
100% a Ford Probe because I ran with that joke for ages after that. I wore that joke out.
That you looked at
What
a probe?
fucking 16-year-old kid doesn't just like talk about anal probes for hours?
That's a
You
Ford
wrote
probe.
69 on every fucking desk you sat in, you know?
Fair enough.
16, 17-year-olds are retarded. Let's be real here.
All right.
Okay.
You're definitely not
okay,
wrong.
Mr. King Shit. What do you do at 20? Okay, 20 years old. Is that what the
Yeah.
hypothetical $5,000, 1997? The fuck are you buying?
First off, calm your titties.
No, they're all worked up.
Clearly, you're cutting glass over there.
Well, that
too
draft
bad.
is right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no fucking clue what I'd buy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This fucking
I,
kid.
okay, no, fuck you. I'd buy a
E30.
Oh no.
Like 6 of them.
No. I would buy. Actually, that's smart investing.
Right? I buy a Porsche, man.
That's
you could
not
get
bad,
them
too.
for 5 Gs back then.
I would
the 70s
buy
one.
the was it the turbocharged Chrysler minivan?
Oh my god! Because you saw one today go for 22,000.
No, because Brandon. It was Brandon or Nick. One of the twins had one when we were in high school.
Oh, so you didn't see the one that sold for 20?
No,
grand
I did not.
today.
See, no, I just told you that. Do you not fucking listen?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Are you
Because
two
you're
okay?
talking.
We feel like a married couple.
Yeah.
Well, he did
I
call you
called and he lost his mind.
I fucking hate
like I
it.
tickled his testicles or something.
It's like you tickled my testicles, but didn't buy me dinner first.
Okay, so I need to butter you up before calling you hun?
Sure.
Even as a joke?
Just don't. No, there's no bedroom talk in the garage. That's not how that works. Don't call me hun.
This is a
You got a lot
basement.
of rules. He's got a lot of rules. You gotta be careful with this one.
I can kick you out right now.
Oh, good. Jesus.
Switches location. Now he's just on his high horse.
This fucking guy.
Just go there and flip the fucking panel.
We're done. This party's over.
Kick the space heater over.
Fuck this house.
I always hated these podcasts.
Yeah,
Flips the
exactly.
table. Just start dripping the knob and tube out of the ceiling.
I need my nut beer.
Yeah. Curl up upstairs. Your chocolate milk.
There's nothing wrong with fucking chocolate milk.
Well, I mean, there's something wrong with fucking it. Oh my god, this fucking podcast. There's
Fucking
no
chocolate
hope
milk.
for it. This is by far the most hostile podcast we've done yet.
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
The only thing missing is some
Oh,
ransom
man.
money.
See, and like as far as rules go on the podcast, there's like no religion, no
Everything
no
else is
podcast.
Yeah, no podcast. First rule of
Oh my God, my
podcast
mind
is you
is
do not
mush.
talk about podcasts.
No religion, no politics. And we still managed to bicker.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh
It's
my God.
entertaining.
I think
Yeah.
a candle would really lighten the mood.
I'm sorry, I don't want it to smell like Arby's
know what?
and fucking.
I'm gonna see if they if those are still for sale.
If
And
you
if we
buy,
can get
if
one,
you
we
buy
should
vagina
buy one.
candles, no.
Amazon Prime that right now.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Beef curtain candles.
Candle. Candle price. So
That's probably way too much for a fucking candle.
this is amazing. I wish I could show you guys, but you know,
You could if
Donnie
you use the
refuses to
laptop.
bring his laptop up to get it serviced.
You
This
can look at
this
my
smells like my vagina candle. $75. Holy crap!
God.
Just to smell her hoo-ha. And you could rummage through her trash, you probably find something that smells like it. Although you probably got to get to her trash.
Just drive past.
It's not
the
even a
Long John
very
Silver's.
big candle. I mean, there's no stank.
Jokes
It's
just
10
write
ounce.
themselves.
It's 10 ounces. A cup of coffee's 8.
Damn.
That's a
75
tiny candle.
$75 for a vagina candle.
For a 10-ounce candle? I don't even get to enjoy that for a whole lot of time.
Jake, it's not the size.
It's how you use the
it's how
candle.
you
How
use
pungent it is.
Yeah.
So what I
It
want
just fills your home and then it doesn't leave.
who decided her vagina smells like that? Like, did she hire somebody to come in and be like, hey, whiff this and then make this a candle?
I'm sure
Here,
that she's
here,
very
get your nose
familiar.
over
Yeah, I'm sure she's aware. I don't know. It's very strange. I've tried to work this out in my mind. Like,
You've been a lot of
how
time
does
to-
somebody arrive at this decision? Because at
make
no
vagina
point
candles?
am I like, oh, I need to make a candle that smells like my taint. You know? Right?
Now that's a nut beer.
Yeah. It's just proof that dudes are just nasty.
Oh, yeah, we're filthier than hell.
Because I totally go like, I would buy that for laughs and to just know.
No, this is what somebody's taint smells like. Oh, okay.
Oh well, not the taint.
Oh, not the taint one? The vagina candle?
Yeah, exactly. This is Bill Cosby's taint. Like, cool. That's what we'll have. We'll have a shelf on the back wall. It's just going to be
it just smells like
candles
pudding.
that smell like people's genitals. We'll light them all at once. A hole just open in the earth and suck us
it just
in.
smells like an orgy down here.
Oh. Yeah, it probably would.
What the hell is going on down there?
Do you guys have a football team changing down there? It smells like a locker room. What's going on?
It smells like.
Podcast?
It smells like the
Well,
dumpster behind Long John Silver's.
Oh, Jesus. Perfect. Man. So who's in the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know. The fucking Yankees and the Red Wings. I don't know.
You know. Aren't you a sportser?
A sportser, yeah.
So who's in it?
Well, it's not the Super Bowl yet.
Oh.
No, it's
Still
just
gotcha.
it's just
Yeah.
the bowl, and then they work their way up to the Super Bowl.
Oh, hey, did you do your board thing again
I
at
did.
work?
Yeah.
Are you gonna win again?
I don't know. Yeah. So as you know, you guys probably don't know this. I fucking hate football. I can appreciate a good play. You know, you see somebody break 10 tackles and run it for a touchdown. Like, okay, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate some of the athleticism. Overall, I think it's really fucking boring, and just there's no creativity. So I don't follow football at all. And the last 2 years, I've done the playoff board thing. It's like $10 to buy in. My first fucking year, it was down to me and one other dude to win all the money. You win like $100, I think.
No, it was
Or
more
whatever
than
it
Nice.
it was
Yeah.
like 250 or
Yeah,
something.
it was something
ridiculous.
stupid.
Wow.
And I won my money back because I took second. The second year, it comes down to me and the same guy again, and this time I won.
That's hilarious.
And I have,
And
and
he
people are
knows
like,
jack
oh,
shit.
people
doesn't
are
know
like,
anything.
oh, who'd you pick? And I was like, I have no fucking clue. Like, it took me 30 seconds to fill it out, and I just turned it in.
So you just have like all the teams on a wall and you just threw a dart at it?
Yeah,
You're like,
pretty much. I just went.
Saints.
I just went through, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna be this team. They're gonna be this team. This team's gonna win. So the score is gonna be, I don't know, 35-41, and then I'm like, here you go. I was like, no fucking clue. And
He just goes off the color of the uniforms. Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, like, okay, look, these guys are named
like
the
that
Cardinals,
blue.
and these guys are the Chargers. Well, lightning kills birds. Okay, cool, Chargers.
And it worked.
And it worked, and I won.
Like I can't even fault you because you won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's hilarious.
I'm doing it again this year, and I think I picked Tennessee to win, which I have no clue if that's a good pick or not.
That's not a good
They had a 1 next to their name, so I knew they were a 1 seed. But I'm like upper middle of the pack still. Somehow.
Well, they haven't lost.
Well, yeah, they're still in it. That's how that works. It's playoffs.
So are you saying that in a sea of football fans,
Yes.
the guy who openly mocks the sport is the one who keeps winning?
Yes.
The fucking
Keeps
bull-
kicking everybody's
Yes.
ass. Well, and what's funny?
That's hilarious.
So the last 2 years, the guy who I've been up against in the final is one of our engineers, and he's big into football and does all the, like the stats and all that shit. So he's expected to do good. And so like the first year it was almost a fluke, like, oh, Donnie just got super lucky, and then the second year it's like, what the fuck?
Right. If this continues, dude, I don't know. You might need to become like a sports commentator or
Maybe.
something.
Yeah, I don't even know
I
what
think
would
you
say
might be a
about-
football fan.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I do not like football.
He's a closeted football fan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
You sit in the shitter at work on Monday mornings, and you're like, okay.
I'm
study
sorry,
these
I don't
stats.
have 3 hours every weekend to watch a bunch of grown ass men wear tights playing catch with each other, trying to get a ball from one end of the field to the other.
But what is soccer? You love soccer.
There's creativity.
Hey, there's no tights, okay?
There's no fucking
There's
tights.
no
no
tights.
tights.
There's just little short shorts.
It's the world's game.
And long socks.
They're long.
Thigh highs.
Yeah, but soccer doesn't stop though. It's 90 minutes of just go. Football is like, cool, we moved the ball 2 yards. We need to talk about what we're gonna do next though for 45 seconds because we gotta go 6 more yards.
They
and
said
we
there's
need
no
to talk about
creativity.
this.
I mean, they got to go back every single play and
Yeah.
talk about something new to do.
Yeah, and that bugs the shit out of me.
That's pretty creative.
So I hate baseball. I think baseball is the most boring
He likes
sport.
baseball.
I think baseball is the most boring sport known to man.
Have
I'll
you,
explain
have
why
you
I like
watched football?
Hold on. There is a point to this. I'm a football fan and I hate baseball. There is statistically more action in a baseball game than a football game.
I read that.
And
Then I,
But yet you find baseball to be the more boring
yes,
of the two.
100%.
but
I do.
in
I do.
Football, it takes like 3 hours to watch the game, and only like 10 or 15 minutes of actual action takes place.
Yeah, it's not much.
And no, it's not.
But yeah, I can't sit down and watch a baseball game.
Can't do
I,
baseball.
Okay,
Again,
yeah.
I just can't do
I
it.
can appreciate a good play, like watching a shortstop make a diving catch for an out. Like that's super impressive. Like
that's
I
cool.
can
agreed.
really,
Yeah.
or like a double play or a triple play. Like, I can really appreciate that in the athleticism, but I can't do baseball either. It's just
My connection with it goes back to childhood. Like
oh,
my
see, your dad stuck around though.
yes, yes, my dad was around. So we grew up in basically like we lived until I was about I think 10 years old.
You're,
in like
you're
a
still living now.
Very traditional situation, split level out in the country, whatever. And then we decided like, why have two different places? Like we had a cabin and then we had the house. We're like, why own the two of them? Why don't we just pour all of our money into the cabin, turn that into a house? Because it was pretty badass to up on this big beautiful hill overlooking the lake, all that kind of shit. So we moved out there, but we did everything very rustic. Like we didn't have plumbing for a while. Using a pit toilet in the middle of winter, all that crazy stuff.
Talk about
But-
shrivelage and
Oh,
as it
you've
comes
no
out.
idea. An 11-year-old out
yeah.
there
And
in
you
the
call my
middle,
basement cold.
shriveled, naked dangler. It's fucking
Don't even
terrible.
want to think about that.
It's like it's inverted. But so we had a wood stove
You're
to
gonna
heat
turn
it.
that to a candle.
Yeah.
Is that a belly button?
So we had a wood stove to heat the fucker, and we would always put on because we'd only do cutting down trees and stuff like that in the summer months. So I always remember my dad having the baseball games on in the truck. So we had a 1970 C10 or K10, the 4-wheel drive version of the C10. I think it's a K10.
I think you're right on that.
We'd drive that out into the woods and we'd have baseball playing in the background and just listening to it while we're cutting down trees and stuff like that. I'm clearing brush. He's actually cutting the trees. I'm just doing the bitch work. So that's my connection to it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So that's where
there's
like the
nothing wrong
fond
with that.
memories come in for that sort of thing. But I mean, other than that, it's like organized sports and it's not really my thing.
And sports aren't for everybody. I think sports are one of those things I think every kid should try. And just because it's good
Oh,
exercise.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
For how apathetic I am about sports in general, 100% want my son to try it all except hockey.
Yeah,
Because we can't afford hockey.
Yeah,
at
hockey's
all.
the same way. That's the one rule we have. It's like our kids can play
Just-
whatever, but no fucking hockey.
Shayla and
just
I
too
are
expensive.
the exact same way. Hockey's no. Do anything else, not hockey.
We don't need the head injuries. We don't need the equipment every single year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's the fucking travel.
Is there a lot of travel
There's a
with it?
lot of travel with hockey. You'll have to go stay in the cities for like 3 days straight.
Jesus.
And some of these teams, it costs $1,000 or $2,000 just to sign up for the fucking team, and then you have to pay for ice time and the pads that they outgrow every year.
Well, yeah, and like God forbid your kid's actually good, and now there's summer league.
Oh God, yeah.
Summer.
Yeah, they do summer leagues.
Like, is it in an enclosed rink
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
frozen, or
yeah.
is it like floor hockey?
It's rollerblades.
Yeah, yeah, it's like going
No,
like
for real,
like
like-
Heritage near
Yeah,
Clyde.
it's
Gotcha.
indoor.
So that's frozen year round.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah,
It's
so
there's that
more-
much of a
it's
demand
so
around
freaking
here.
Pricey. I think somewhere the wife read that you would spend like $10,000 a year to play hockey
It's
year
stupid.
round or some shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's something stupid high.
That's a bit
Would you
much.
factor in food and gas and hotels and all that tournament fees and all that kind of shit?
That's fucking bonkers.
Yeah,
It's
Wow.
stupid.
Ugh.
That's why I'm happy.
Boy.
The one kid we have who likes sports, he likes bowling and disc golf. It's like perfect, buddy. It's super cheap.
You know, it's crazy to think that like our area, Minnesota in general, but Minnesota, you know, parts of Canada, that's kind of like where the best hockey players come from.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like it makes sense that there's all like these hardcore hockey moms, hockey families around here and stuff. It's kind of like it's the hockey version of Texas with their football teams, you
Yeah.
know. It's crazy to think that our kids could, if they got into it and we could justify the funds, would be a part of that. That's kind of rad.
They could become something great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they show like the aptitude or whatever.
No thanks.
Yeah. I think
Not-
my son's
yeah,
just
not
going to
hockey.
turn into like a Joe Dirt. And he's just going to do burnouts everywhere. He's sure seeming like it so far. Your son's just going to be stoned in the woods throwing discs around.
Yeah, probably.
What are your kids going to be like?
I don't have a clue yet.
Because Shaylee's like, she loves reading. She's super chill.
She loves kids.
They're gonna be
You're a
fucking
party
nerds.
hardy. So where's this kid
My,
going to
my
land?
kid's gonna make fun of your kids.
Maybe.
and then they'll be
Or-
best friends in their 20s.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Once my kid gets his shit together and realizes, oh yeah, I can't do this every day. Probably should get a job.
No.
Then your kid's gonna boss my kids around.
Yeah. Have you and the wife talked about that?
At some point.
You guys are pondering.
Yeah,
In
I-
the distant future.
Do you want to try it out first? I have some you can borrow.
No thanks. No thanks.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
One
Oh,
has
yeah.
a helmet.
They're
Void where
indestructible.
prohibited.
You can't fuck her up.
No warranties.
No, both Shayla and I want to wait till we have an actual house that's ours.
Right.
You know, have something that we don't have to question all the time, like a rental.
Yeah.
So we've both came to that conclusion pretty much without any issue, and we're both on the exact same page, which is great.
Which is fine. I mean, you can
Yeah.
still practice until then. So.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, man. Well, if I could give any advice on that, and advice is one of those things where it's like everyone's got their opinion on that
Yeah.
kind of shit. I couldn't have been happier about like waiting to. I mean, I was in my 30s. Jesus Christ. So I was 35.
It's like I'm gonna be retiring in X amount of years.
34. So I was 34
Yeah.
when my son arrived. I could not have been happier, but I'm one of those people, and we talked about this earlier, was like, I'm one of those like trying to squeeze every ounce out of life. So I had so much play to do first. I don't know if you're in that state of mind or not, but waiting a while is fucking great. It gives
Yeah.
a chance for you and your wife to like have a lot of fun and travel and do fun marital stuff and bangerang every chance you get and all
Yeah.
that stuff, because
I don't
when
want
kids
that image.
arrive, priorities change.
I have to disagree with Jake on this one.
Oh.
I completely get that. At the same time, I love that like Harper is 6 now, and so she wants to go do everything, and I'm 31. So like, let's go fucking do everything. Like, 'cause I have this little buddy who wants to go do
Yeah.
fun shit with.
Yeah.
So like I'm like right in the middle, because
I don't even think you should have kids. I've met you.
I don't even know what to say.
Wow.
But like so
I wonder why we don't have a lot of guests.
Because I just shit talk. It's just an excuse for me to make fun of somebody new every week.
Evidently.
I'm trying to find somebody.
Go
that'll
on, buddy.
cry.
You're trying to talk about something meaningful.
like I think my parents were what 32, 33 or so when they had me, and I kind of want to be like before the age of 50 when the kids graduate high school kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know, where now they can start their lives and I'm still young enough to fully be a part of it. Not saying like my
Yeah.
parents are old, but like, you know,
Well,
my
yeah,
parents
when
are
they're-
close to retirement already, you know.
Yeah.
When they're living in the basement, you still want to be able to go down there and hang out.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I get both ways of it. I completely get where you're coming from too. I think if you have a good support system, it doesn't matter one way or the other.
100%.
Yeah,
Because
that's a good
your
point.
situation is different than ours, where we have somebody we can kind of just dump the kids off on.
Yeah, at any given time. Like,
Fairly easily.
don't you have like 4 different families that you can,
Yeah,
or
pretty
3
close by.
different?
Yeah.
That's
so,
amazing.
So it's a little bit easier for us to be like, yeah, we want to go to Seattle for 4 days.
We have one adult.
What's this? I tell you, just drop them
Sucks.
off.
I don't know.
Just lock them. I'll just lock them in a closet with the dog.
I mean, is there an extra chain over there?
Yeah, say they can go.
Menards is close by, and have a rebate.
Okay, perfect.
I'll even let them pick it out.
You can't return my son.
What kind of chain would you? What kind of chain would you like? There you go, buddy.
Perfect. Yeah.
Have kids though; they are fun.
Oh, 100%.
Stressful as
That's the
hell, but
plan.
you'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. That is
There's
the
a,
fucking
there's a
truth.
lot of
Stressful
fucking
as hell.
learning, and it's
Yeah.
primarily stress. There's a lot of stress.
A lot of it is just kind of like learning how much bullshit you can tolerate before you explode.
yeah, and you'll
And
realize.
it's surprisingly a lot
And you'll realize that it fluctuates though.
for him. That's why my kid's not coming over here.
That's fine. Yeah, it fluctuates, but like Amber, she's teething right now.
Yeah.
So it's like the other two had a rough night. They were fighting me to go to bed, get them in bed. She's dry, she's safe, she's warm, she's fed, she's fighting her sleep. She's just crying. And so it's tough because you're stressed out, you just want to go to sleep, and all I do is like, fuck it, kid. You're just gonna lay in your bassinet until you fall asleep. I'm just gonna let you cry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go somewhere else, but you're gonna sit here and cry until you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And half an hour later, she fell asleep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So the moral of the story is
just
neglect
let
your
'em be.
kids.
Yeah, just throw them in
the
the
best
corner.
kind of parenting.
She was fine.
No, literally,
All
that's
of her needs were met.
every parent
She's
has to
just
make
fine.
that decision.
Yeah, and
or
she-
you're just like, this kid's not making any sense.
She was. What was weird is I'd pick her up, I'd put her in the bed to change her and keep an eye on all that stuff, and she'd be fine. But the moment she laid down in her bassinet, she'd freak out. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Nobody sleeps in our bed except
I mean,
for us.
is it the burlap underneath her that could be the problem?
Well, it's a little cold and damp in the basement sometimes.
You don't have to chain her yet, though, right? She can't roll over.
No, she
and
barely hold her fucking
walk
head
away.
up.
Well, it's the helmet. That's
Yeah,
holding
well,
her
I'm
head
just saying,
down.
I could hear the plastic scrape on the concrete.
No warranties. Void where prohibited.
She's like, I get very far. The hardest thing with her is she likes to put everything in her mouth. So if there's any loose like gravel or cobwebs down here, she'll just fucking eat it.
Yeah.
So I gotta keep an eye on her about that.
Pop tops.
Yeah, pop tops, beer tabs.
Yeah. Aren't you just excited to be a parent?
Yeah, we'll help you out with this.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever need
Yeah.
a babysitter,
I'm learning a lot from you, Donnie.
I'm glad I can help. If you ever want practice, though, you're welcome to just watch my kids. They're actually really well behaved for people they don't know very well.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's because they're afraid.
Yeah, they are afraid.
They
it's
dial
also,
it
it's also
back.
I say things before we leave, like, yeah, be careful. He likes to hit people.
No one will find your body. If you...
Watch out for Shaylee. She'll throw your food in the trash. I can't hear you scream when you're in the basement.
Have you ever just like expressed dominance over the kids by doing something ridiculous?
Like breaking a unicorn lamp
That's
in front
okay.
of
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on.
I mean, just like taking their cookie away and eating it in front of them.
If you would listen to our fucking podcast, if you actually supported us, if you
shut
were a
up.
good
Oh my
friend,
God.
you would know this story. Do you want me to tell you the story?
Yes, I would love for you to tell me a story.
All right, so
This is why we don't have a lot of podcast guests.
yeah, but we still have like 100 people that watch this on all platforms. There's
We
like
might be over 100 now.
yeah, 102.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for watching us. So, about a year ago, Roman had a little toy plastic drum set. Okay,
Yeah.
Harper and him butted heads on something. And he had the bass drum laying down, and she walked up and put her foot through the drum.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, Like, I get it, your brother and sister, you're gonna fight, but
Yeah.
like, you do not fuck with. Like, he loved this thing too.
Yeah.
Like, you do not fuck with your brother's stuff. That is just uncool.
Oh, yeah.
So I grabbed her upstairs. She's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Bullshit, it was an accident. I saw you make eye contact with it and then put your fucking foot through it. Like, that's not an accident." So I dragged her upstairs, and as you know, she is obsessed with unicorn stuff. Fucking obsessed. I cannot stress that enough. Like, it comes to unicorns and then puppies. And
So you
she
kicked your dog?
no,
Jesus,
no.
dude.
Well, first off, the dog deserved it, but no.
That was how
she
I
had-
cooled down.
She had this plastic, like fake. It was like a fake neon shaped unicorn thing.
Yeah.
You know, like so. It was the shape of a unicorn, but it was all plastic with LEDs in it and all that. I bought it for like $10 from Menards, and I laid into her about how you don't fuck with other people's shit. It's not cool, especially with something you know that he loves.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do, so I grabbed it and I looked at her straight in the eyes, and she's like me to you, away from me. Like she's super close to me.
Yeah.
And I hold it up to her. I'm like, "How would you like it if I broke something you really liked?" And I snapped it in her face, and she cried.
Did he get the point across?
She has never fucked with anything he's owned ever since then.
I don't think
Damn,
that's
dog.
a bad choice.
To this day, she still leaves his shit alone. She played in his room the other day and got yelled at, but she has not broken a single thing of his since then.
Damn.
I don't think that was the wrong choice.
Yeah, I felt awful afterwards because I was all emotional and I wasn't thinking 100% logically. It was all emotional thought. But yeah, I'm just like seriously right in her fucking face, and the look on she thought I was bluffing, and the look on her face was just like, holy shit, Dad just completely destroyed something I really like.
Holy shit, maybe I shouldn't break Roman
this
stuff.
fuck with other people's stuff.
This
Yeah.
fucking sucks. And yeah, she has not damaged a single thing he's owned since then.
Oh my god.
So maybe I'm an asshole, or maybe I'm a really good fucking parent because she, like I said, it worked.
I mean, she's not gonna go steal anybody's car.
That's true.
I mean, you might have just saved a lot of people trouble
yeah,
because
well-
if she grew up to be a little fucking asshole,
Yeah, she-
and went and stole people's shit and damaged people's
just
things.
didn't have any respect for anybody's property.
Yeah, like that's not going to be your kid because she's going to have that haunting memory of
That
dad
damn
staring her in the
unicorn.
eye and ripping that fucking thing in half. I mean, she's going to be in therapy someday talking
that's-
about it.
I'm
but-
gonna be in therapy talking about her. So,
Right.
look at this little demon.
Okay,
Fucking
so
race.
the parent guilt is ridiculous.
Oh, dude,
you learn to just live with it though.
It ate me up for probably 3 or 4 days. Like I was talking to my wife, like, did I overreact there? Did I do the right thing? And she was like, well, you may have
Yes.
overreacted a little bit, but she's like, she's got to learn not to be destructive of other people's things. So she's like, it's not like you took her favorite thing ever. You just took something she really liked.
Yeah.
And, because she has other unicorns. She has like porcelain unicorn piggy bank and blankets and stuffed animals, stuff like that. So it's not like I took her stuffed animal and fucking did the fucking,
Literally slit his throat.
yeah, slit its throat and watched the
Rip the
stuffing
guts
fucking
out.
fly. No, I didn't do that. But
Ate the stuffing.
it was something. It was enough to get the point across.
Yeah.
You just
Well, it
Don't be
also
a dick.
like with being a parent, like you kind of never get closure on those things. You never know how it's going to pan out until they're. Well, I should say never. You really don't know until they're an adult.
Yeah.
And then or a teenager. So you got to wait all this time. You do so much, sort of building a foundation with a kid in those early years, trying to teach them to like not be an asshole and like respect people's shit and be a good person and all that stuff.
I think the first
don't really
test
know.
is daycare and school.
Yeah.
Like Atticus is in daycare now, and that's like that first test of like, okay, are we fucking up here? Or are we doing good parenting stuff? And then you hear back like, oh yeah, your kid shared toys today. Like, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
And then a week goes by, and you're like, oh, today your kid threw a rock at somebody. Like, fuck.
No.
It's so hit and miss.
Yeah, my son likes to because he's a giant and he's way bigger than everybody else in his age group. He likes to just shoulder check people.
You know what? Maybe you should get him into hockey.
Yeah. I don't know which way I'm gonna like direct this kid.
Well, next time next time he's walking by you at home, just
fucking shoulder check him.
right into the wall. Be like, ugh.
Nice.
Then don't even say, don't make eye contact, nothing. Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Go into the fridge, take out his favorite juice box, rip that shit open, chug it, and throw it in the trash, and then just fucking go outside.
Oh man.
Just shot in a
you
juicy
gotta-
juice and just.
Yeah.
You just gotta
That would be really
show
funny.
dominance.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's definitely that is what I've done. I've eaten his food in front of him.
He's just on the ground bawling and you just stare him down.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he wasn't like bawling, but
That's one of the worst, but also the funnest thing about being a parent is coming
Fucking with them?
Oh, fucking with them is so much fun. Again, poor Harper, because she's the oldest.
No.
And she called me out last night on it, but again, about 6-7 months ago, she came out of her room. She went through this phase where she'd come out of her room like every 15 minutes for just dumb shit. I have something really important to tell you. What is it? I love you guys. Yeah, we fucking know that. We pay the bills here.
Atticus is doing that now.
You're alive. Well, one day I told her, like, if you get out of bed, the monster's gonna get you. she's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, there's a monster that lives in your closet right now, and he only will get you if you get out of bed.
Jeez.
Somebody is calling Child Protective Services right
therapy
now on
right
us.
there.
Holy crap,
so,
dude.
Last night, I tried to use that again on her out of curiosity.
She know better
She
now?
just straight up looked at me. She's like, monsters aren't real. I'm
Nice.
like, okay. I'm kind of proud of you.
Yeah.
Then
But pedophiles are.
yeah, you want to go to church? No. Sorry, we're not supposed to cross that line.
Zing.
But no, I looked at her. I'm like, okay, you're right. You like having a bunk bed though, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay then. You don't want to sleep on the floor. You'll stay in your room.
Yeah.
So you always gotta like just be creative on how you're gonna punish your children. You gotta mix it up a little bit.
And so now they're not sure if they're going to have kids.
You should totally have kids. It's interesting.
So I'll close my final kid statement by just saying that you would not believe how much work and struggle and stress and hair you lose in my case.
Yeah. Well, when you don't have a lot to start with.
Exactly. It really shows. 100% worth it. So if you guys
Yes,
have any inclination,
totally do it.
100% do it. No matter what anybody says, it will be literally the best thing ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So about that 350Z.
Yeah, you want to sell some seats?
Yeah, I mean, well, I can give them the Ford seats and they can conceive on that. I mean, it's basically a bed.
Yeah, it pretty much is
It's
a bed.
made for baby making.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure that Vern made some kind of a joke about that when we bought the car.
Like one of his kids was conceived.
Verl was yeah.
Yeah, that
Didn't
one
he
of
say
his
one
kids-
of his kids was conceived in the back of the car?
I think so,
It was
yeah.
something like that.
That was the
yeah.
selling point, wasn't it?
For sure. It's new upholstery, so you know.
New
The stains have been
upholstery.
taken care of. Right? Well, I mean, I think they redid that 20 years ago, and Verl was like 75.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Blah.
I think they were still bangeranging in their 50s. I mean, I guess I kind of hope so.
I would assume so.
You know, I hope there's still some spark left in marriages in your 50s, 60s.
God, I really hope
70s.
so.
Yeah. God damn, can you imagine?
That would suck.
Being that age and just like looking at your wife like, oh.
Be like his marriage now. Shaylee, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I really do like you. I just,
You know she's not watching this.
She's gonna come over and break your unicorn.
She's going to look Christine in the eye and snap it.
don't throw it near the die. I'm just happy somebody's gonna touch it.
And on that note, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us with another Brews with the Dudes podcast. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us.
Hey,
man.
thanks for having
It's
me.
always a blast having you. I'm
good catching up here,
assuming
buddy.
we did about 80% of the talking, so sorry if we
Hey,
talked over
it's all
you.
good.
I'm sorry I used you as a human punching bag.
I'm used to it.
I know.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. I haven't seen you. Had like it's just like 6 months of anger
Just-
just coming out at once.
Of anger.
Lots of anger.
You were so full of anger.
Yes.
Very upset man.
So I had a beer.
A beer.
2 beers, I probably would have hit you.
That's true. Well,
Or kissed you. Depends what he's got bottled up in him.
I would have hit you first, then would have sworn to never do it again, and then kissed you,
And then called you hun.
and then hit you again because you're a shitty kisser.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Adios.